A Bionicle set that was never released. A cancelled LEGO set. Let's take a closer look. We're going to talk about this set's history, if it's actually a good set, and we'll see how you can use all of the pieces that come in this set to build your own cool stuff. Let's check it out. 6944 Good Guy, the set that never was. Originally, Good Guy would have appeared in 2007 to go along with the Mari underwater wave of sets. It would have been released as a polybag, but we don't know how LEGO was planning on distributing this set. However, it's very likely that it was going to be released like many other promotional Bionicle sets. It would have been a free polybag that came with a Donald Duck comic, and it probably would have been a European exclusive like those were as well. But yeah, for whatever reason, that didn't happen. And we have no idea why the LEGO group decided to cancel the release of this set. It's a big old mystery. And I don't know, it's not like there's anything all that controversial about this set. It's not like other LEGO sets that they've cancelled that have been a little bit too military focused or anything like that. I don't think it goes against any of the company's policies or values. This poor guy. He was abandoned and forgotten. Yeah, maybe this wasn't the LEGO group's fault. Maybe the issue more so lay with how it was going to be distributed. Maybe there was some issue there and it just couldn't work out. Who knows? Still, it's fun to see what could have been. Now, we do know this existed because the instructions for this appeared on LEGO's website. So there you go. And yeah, if you're curious, this character does not appear in any form of Bionicle storytelling. The character is not canon and there is no backstory for who they are. No name, no nothing. All that they are called is Good Guy. That's the name of the set, Good Guy 2007. So yeah, that's the history. But what about the set itself? Well, we've talked about a few other good guy and bad guy characters on this channel. There's a lot of sets that share that same name. And now most of these designs feel a bit silly and unfinished. Some of them have no hands, a few of them have no hands. Others have no masks. They can feel like a bit of an afterthought. It feels like they suffered from being very limited by a very small budget. But I must say, I think this is one of the most polished of the good guys. He actually has a mask, he actually has hands, he's already doing better than a lot of these sets. He also boasts a nice amount of posability, something that not all of those other sets can do. He's very expressive, he's kind of charming. I like him. This feels like it could have been just like a traditional Matoran set. Officially released to the public in a boxed set like many other sets were. It could have happened. He fits in very well with the art style of Bionicle, he's cute, he's simple, he's great. But okay, yeah, look, is this the best set of all time with super innovative and awesome ideas, cool techniques? No. But for being a cheap and small set that it would have been a promotional item, well yeah, it did its job and I think it did it very well. My only complaint about this is that he doesn't have any eyes. I guess that does feel a bit unfinished. Unless that's a deliberate choice and he's blind, but I don't know, I don't think that's the case. But there are other officially released Matoran sets that weren't promotional items, no, they were official sets, and they also had no eyes. This isn't so bad, this isn't the only blind Matoran out there. He's also got very big feet. If you try to sit him down, his feet almost suffocate him. They're bigger than his entire body. They're bigger than his head. Maybe it would have been nice to have given him some smaller feet pieces. But, you know, there is something kind of cute about this. It's kind of got that, like, chibi art style to it. I don't really see this as a negative or a con or anything like that. It's kind of fun. You might have noticed the design of Good Guy is quite similar to another set, also called Good Guy. It's using essentially the same techniques. That double-sided socket that makes up the torso, using two of them, and then attaching the limbs off of that. There is one key difference though. It's the neck, whether that branches out of the center of the torso or higher up, as you can see here. It is nice to see Axon's mask returning. Like I said before, of course, this character has no backstory, he's not canon, so it's not like he's, I don't know, related to Axon, or it's like young Axon, something like that. But you know, there's room to make up your own fun stories with the similarities between these characters, and that's nice. If you want to pick up this set for yourself, it's incredibly cheap. It's like $10 on Bricklink, roughly. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Now everyone that's selling this has just built this using existing pieces. That's the only way to make this. It is impossible to see this as a sealed polybag or anything like that. That just doesn't exist. But if somehow you found that, it would be worth a lot of money because yeah, it shouldn't be a thing. So look, Good Guy is adorable. And this design I think is, yeah, one of the more polished ones that we'd seen. I like him. But why don't we take a look at a cool community revamp of this set? And then we'll take a look at the individual pieces. We'll see how you can use them to build your own creations. This revamp is made by the talented Loaf Builds, and I love this. Decking this little dude out with even more armor, introducing a few new colors. He looks great. That pop of yellow on the back, and the little hints of like wires stemming out of the legs. That's such a nice way of adding in just a little bit more realism and depth. I've always felt that wires and tubes and things like that, it's the perfect aesthetic for a Bionicle. Anytime you can add them in, it's always gonna look good. And yeah, that little splash of yellow, it's the perfect little bit of contrast. So nice. And then we've got a Vekama mask right here on the torso. Delightful. With all of these changes, Good Guy has become Great Guy. Alright, here's some ideas for how you can use those pieces in your own creations. We're gonna start off with Good Guy's mask. I really like how Eclipse Caller has used it here for some knee pads. Armored knees with spikes on them. Fantastic. The other silver piece in this set would be a Liwa blade. Beans Bionicles uses them to form helicopter rotors on the back of a Rahaga. I like that a lot. We also get these dark red feet pieces in this set. And I do like what Sigmox has done right here, using them for thigh armor. There's a lot of foot pieces out there that do make for pretty good leg armor, whether it's the upper leg or the lower leg. Maybe you gotta play around with a few other foot pieces and see what you can come up with. It might look as good as this does. I showed you Good Guy's torso before. It's made up of two of these double-sided hand sockets. And well, Ibuki00 has a really creative way of using them. Take a look at the upper arm. You'll see this element allowing the shoulder armor to flex and move. You can kind of lift it up and lift it down. And this gives this creation a really good amount of movement. The white armor, it's not going to get in the way of the joints and affect posability in any way. No. The armor can move up and down, so now you can move the arm up and down. Flexible armor like this is a great way to make sure that something still looks very compact, clean, and well armored, but you still make sure you get a good range of movement. Very nice. One more dark red armor piece, this hand socket. Bionicle Saga uses them in Mutta Red in a few ways. One on the top of the torso for some armor, and then the other one down here on the waist. There's a couple of them, actually. The design allows for a lot more waist articulation on the torso, and you get some of those cool looking pistons. This is very nice. Hand socket pieces are so good. There's a ton of different ways that you can use them. Moving over to these dark green limbs. Garlic Bonks uses them in Mutta Green for the back of a frog. The shape of this piece, it is perfect for that jumping pose. It looks just like a real frog. Great thinking. A few smaller elements in this set now, like this connector element. Forge of Ataka has used it for armor on the torso. Yeah, look, this is a very simple piece, nothing special. But even some of the more boring pieces can be the perfect thing to help you add in and finish off a mock. The inclusion of that black claw here wouldn't be possible without that connector. And it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Another very functional piece is this lift arm. Legomon has placed them here on the top of this leg armor. This specific piece, it is a Mictoran foot. And you might realize that, yeah, this piece has this kind of connector up top, which if you were to just have that exposed on the mock, it might look a bit ugly. So just capping this off with that connector makes everything so much more presentable, clean, and finished. That's great. And finally, of course, you get a few pins and axles. You're gonna need this kind of stuff if you're gonna design a frame, much like Cubic has done. This is the frame for the creation, and this frame, well, yeah, it wouldn't be possible without any axles and pins. You can never have too many of these pieces. By the way, if you want instructions for that frame, there's a link below for exactly that. Sweet, that's Good Guy from 2007. He's so fun. Now again, don't forget to check the links below if you want those instructions, and if you want to see more from the builders I highlighted. Thanks for watching, guys, happy building, and bye for now. What truly makes one good? What if I am 6935 bad guy?